This is the story of a young girl named Julie. Julie was an orphan. She had no father, no mother, and no family. She lived all alone in a small hut deep inside the forest. Nobody knew how she got there, and Julie herself didn't know either. She grew up in the forest, surrounded by tall trees, birds, and wild animals. The forest became her home, her school, and her world. Every day, Julie would sit outside her hut, staring at the sky and wondering, who am I? Where did I come from? Who gave birth to me? Did I fall from the sky like a bird? Why don't I have a mother or father like other people? Sometimes tears would roll down her cheeks. She felt so lonely that her heart would ache in silence. "Oh God," she cried, "will I live and die in this forest alone, and one day wild animals will eat my flesh without anyone knowing I ever existed? Please, reveal to me who my parents are and where I can find them." But there was no answer. Only the rustling of leaves and the chirping of birds. Julie survived by eating fruits from the forest. She knew how to climb trees, find clean water, and avoid dangerous animals. She was very wise for her age, even though no one taught her anything. To take care of herself, Julie would pluck fresh fruits and wild vegetables from the forest and carry them in a basket to the nearby village market. There, she would sell them and use the little money she made to buy soap, salt, and sometimes clothes. Whenever Julie stepped into the village, heads would turn. Men would stop what they were doing just to look at her. Women would whisper, admiring her beauty. She had long curly hair, smooth dark skin, bright eyes, and a gentle smile that could melt hearts. She was naturally beautiful, so beautiful that people thought she was not real. Men often approached her, smiling and trying to talk to her. They offered her gifts, money, and even marriage, but Julie never accepted any of them. She thought to herself, if they ever find out I live alone in the forest, they will stop talking to me. No man will marry a girl who lives in the wild. He will think I'm strange, or maybe not even human. So she kept her life a secret. Nobody knew where she came from, or where she went after the market. The villagers only knew her name and her face, but not her story. At night, Julie would sit outside her hut, watching the stars and talking to the moon. She believed that one day, the truth about her life would be revealed. One sunny afternoon, Julie was sitting outside her little hut, her head resting on her knees. Tears were rolling down her cheeks as she cried quietly. The same questions filled her heart again. Why am I alone in this world? Who are my parents? Will I ever find them? Why was I left in the forest like a forgotten child? As she cried, something strange happened. A big monkey suddenly appeared from behind a tree and came close to her. At first, Julie was scared. She thought the monkey was going to attack her or steal the fruits beside her, but instead the monkey sat down beside her and gently touched her shoulder. Then it spoke. "Yes, my dear," said the monkey in a calm and deep voice. "Stop crying. Everything will be fine." Julie's eyes widened in shock. She quickly moved back, confused and scared. "Did you just talk to me?" she asked with her heart racing. The monkey nodded and smiled. "Yes, I can speak. I know you're surprised, but please don't be afraid. I came to comfort you. I saw your tears and I couldn't just walk away." Julie's mouth dropped open. She had never seen anything like this in her life. "How is this even possible?" she asked. "Monkeys don't talk like humans," the monkey sighed. "It's a long story, my child. One day I will tell you everything, but right now what matters is that you promise me something." "What is that?" Julie asked. "Promise me," the monkey said gently, "that you will stop crying. You are not alone anymore." Julie looked down at her hands and shook her head slowly. "You won't understand why I'm crying," she whispered. "Even if I told you, it would break your heart too." "Is it about your parents?" the monkey asked quietly. Julie froze. She slowly lifted her eyes to look at the monkey. "Yes, how did you know?" "I know a lot more than you think," the monkey replied. "One day, you will discover the truth. You will know who your parents are, and you will see them again. But for now, you must be strong. Crying won't solve anything." Julie sat in silence, her heart pounding. Could this be real? Was she dreaming? "Are you sure I'll see them one day?" she asked softly. "I'm very sure," the monkey replied with a confident nod. "Just be patient and keep your heart open." Julie wiped her tears and gave a weak smile. "All right," she said. "I promise I won't cry again." The monkey clapped his hands with joy. "That's my girl. You are stronger than you know." From that moment, Julie and the monkey became friends. They sat together outside the hut, talking and laughing. The monkey told her funny stories, and Julie laughed so much that her stomach began to ache. For the first time in many weeks, her heart felt light. As night came, they watched the stars together. The forest was quiet, peaceful, and filled with a strange sense of hope. Julie looked at the monkey and smiled. "Thank you," she said, "for making me smile again." The monkey nodded, "And thank you for trusting me. This is just the beginning." One bright morning, the talking monkey visited Julie again. She was already outside her hut, plucking wild fruits. When she saw him, she smiled warmly and invited him to sit beside her. They had become best friends, talking, laughing, and sharing stories every day. But today, the monkey looked serious. "Julie," he said softly, "there's something I must tell you. You deserve to know who I really am." Julie looked at him curiously. "I'm listening," she replied. The monkey sighed deeply and began his story. "I was not always a monkey. My real name is Prince Peter. I am from a great kingdom far beyond this forest. The king and queen of that land had only one child, a baby girl. But one day she went missing and was never found. The entire kingdom mourned for years." Julie listened carefully, her eyes wide with surprise. "After the loss of their daughter," the monkey continued, "the king and queen were heartbroken. They decided to adopt a child, and that child was me. They raised me like their own. I was pampered, loved, and prepared to be the heir to the throne. But not everyone was happy about that," he said with sadness. "Some greedy men who wanted the throne for themselves kidnapped me and brought me to this forest. They used evil powers to turn me into a monkey, hoping I'd never return home again." Julie was shocked. Her heart broke for him. "Oh no, that's terrible. You suffered so much," she said gently. "I can't believe you went through all that." "Yes," he nodded, "but meeting you changed my life. You gave me hope again." Then he looked at her deeply and said, "Julie, I have one more thing to ask. Will you marry me?" Julie was surprised, but she smiled. Over time, she had grown to love him. He was kind, loyal, and always made her laugh. Even though he was a monkey, he had the heart of a prince. After thinking for a while, Julie said softly, "Yes, I will marry you." They got married right there in the forest. No guests, no music, just the two of them under the tall trees. As they exchanged their vows and said, "I do," a bright light surrounded the monkey. In the blink of an eye, the monkey turned into a tall, handsome young man dressed like royalty. Julie gasped in shock and joy. "Prince Peter?" she whispered. "Yes, my love." "The curse is broken," he replied with a smile. Julie ran into his arms and hugged him tightly, laughing and crying at the same time. Prince Peter took her hand and said, "Now it's time to return to my kingdom. I want you to meet my parents." When they arrived at the royal palace, the king and queen were waiting. The moment the queen saw Julie, her hands flew to her mouth in shock. She rushed forward and looked at Julie closely. The queen began to cry. "This is our daughter. This is our missing princess." The king was stunned. "Yes, look at the birthmark on her shoulder. This is our baby girl we lost all those years ago." There was shouting, crying, dancing, and singing all through the palace. The whole kingdom came out to celebrate. The king and queen were overjoyed. Not only had their adopted son returned, but so had their biological daughter. It was a miracle. From that day forward, Julie became the princess of the land. She and Prince Peter lived happily in the palace, not just as husband and wife, but also as two hearts reunited by destiny. Their love grew stronger every day. The king and queen loved them dearly and always thanked God for bringing their children home. And Julie? She never forgot her days in the forest. Every night she would sit on her royal balcony, look at the stars, and say, "Thank you, God, for remembering me." Moral lessons from Julie's story. Never give up, even when life feels lonely or hopeless. True love sees beyond appearances. Your destiny will always find you, no matter where you are. God works in mysterious ways and always has a plan. To my wonderful viewers, thank you so much for watching and listening to Julie's story. I hope it touched your heart and gave you hope. Please don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel for more beautiful stories like this. Stay connected and don't miss any episode. I love you all. God bless you.